guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So having a little play today with some fabric and the textile strengthener that I brought the other day, which is a fabric strengthener, but you don't have to buy this. You can do it with PVA glue and water and make it like a little liquid up. This is pretty strong, this one, and you have to dilute it with water as well, but it's fabulous. I'm getting used to it. I didn't like it before because the reason I bought it was I was making a fabric journal, and I wanted to stiffen some pages, some fabric, to make them, instead of using paper, use fabric, and I use a calico, sort of calico hessian type paper, fabric, and it strengthened it just perfect, and I absolutely love it. I really do, and it's worked really well. But I also used it, which I showed you before, on some lace, and this is some vintage lace, and it's horrible. It's really horrible. This is like really hard, and it's, you know, I've washed this a couple of times, but I haven't put it in softener, and lots of you have said put in some softener, which I will do, because it's hard and it's prickly. Do you know what I mean? When you touch it, it's, you know, it's not very nice. And this has actually gone quite brittle, so you can just sort of like pull this apart. It's made all that lovely vintage lace in there, very brittle. So I'm going to pop this into some fabric softener as well and soak that overnight. So I'm going to do that tonight, and I'll let you know how that goes. But I didn't like that, and it really put me off. But last night, what I did this flower as well. Look at that. It's like a little crunchy flower. I suppose it's, you know, there's ways you could probably use it, but, you know, it's come out like a little crusty little flower, but never mind. So last night I got some of these, and I'm sure we all have these little squares in our stash somewhere. You know, I've got lots of these, lots and lots of these, and I never ever use them. So I thought last night I'm going to have a little tester. Oh look, a little bunny rabbit on that one. I'm going to have a little tester and see how it works on fabric. So I just picked out a few colours that probably I would use. This is like a little ribbon bit. This came off a reel, and I did that, and it came out lovely. And these are lovely. I just think these are great, because what I wanted to use them for, I'm going to be using my die cutting machine. I've got the Vevor one, I'll show you that in a minute, and I'm going to be cutting out some flowers, but I love it. Now this is what I wanted it to be like. I'm loving this piece. This is really nice. I'm not sure whether I want to cut this piece up, because this is really lovely. I think it's better on fabric than it is on the lace strips, but these are just beautiful, really lovely. I'm loving them. And then I did punch these out with my hole punch, not my hole punch, my little circle punch, but it did struggle a little bit, so that's why I got my die cutting machine out. So I thought we'd give that a go today. This is that piece that I had that looked like a piece of plastic, but this was cotton. So it punched that out really well. So if you've got some, you know, very fine cotton material, it'll probably punch that out. And then I've got these ones here. This is just sort of like a thin piece, but it made lovely flowers. I'll show you what I've done in a minute anyway, but I'm sure you've all got these. So grab those, go and get them, do this little project overnight, and then you can do it in the morning. You can cut some little things out in the morning. So what should I do with these? I'm going to pop those over there. Now look at these lovely little flowers. I'm going to just tip those out. These have all been die cut out, and they are just fabulous, aren't they? I just love them. Tiny. Now I used the same little die cut, the little die that I used to do the flowers the last time, which is this little one here. I did some flowers for my butterflies, and they came out really, really pretty. Little tiny ones on here, which I popped on my butterflies, and these were made with paper, watercolour paper. I did those with and cut them out, so they came out really nice. But look at those, aren't they just fab? I really, really like those. And what I've got some little dies here. Now, all of these are from Temu, because I don't use my die cutting machine very often, and I'm not going to spend lots of money on dies that I'm going to use a few times. So I'm just bought these because I love flowers. I like making flowers, and anything with a flowery look to it, I will like to use. I got tape on there because I stuck tape on that earlier to hold it down. So that was a bit silly, wasn't it? No, I've got tape on it. I think it will probably still cut out anyway. So yeah, that's my flower dies. This is how I keep them. I keep them in little bags, little see-through bags, so I can see what I've got. And then, you know, I just keep them in there in a little pile. And I've got these ones as well, and I was just looking through these, and they're quite nice actually. I'm not quite sure what I bought them for. This one I've used a few times, but it's a bit of a nightmare because it gets all the paper stuck in there, and I don't have one of those rolly things to take it all out, so that's a bit of a nightmare to get the actual paper out because it gets stuck right in there. But a lot of these I haven't even used, but I will. I think I will. I'm quite enjoying doing my little die cutty bits at the moment. And the other thing I found, sorry, we'll get to do something in a minute. I found these, and I think it's a bow. So I'm just thinking maybe we could make a little bow out of this as well. I think this is a bow, isn't it? We will try. We'll cut it out and see. So let's have a go. I will show you what I was doing. Now I've got my big, bring it over, my big Vevor die cutter machine. Now I love this one. I do have a couple of different die cutter machines, but I always come back to this Vevor one because I really, really do like the way that these flap up, and it just folds up really nice. And then I just pop those in there. So guys, let's have a little peek. Let's see what we shall do. Let's take some of these out. I quite like this spotty one, but I also like, I wanted to cut out, which one? I want to do all of them. I just want to do all of them. I'm really reluctant to do this one because I like that one. I like the roses on that. So let's just do some of these anyway. These little ones, this will probably fit on there. Will this fit on there? This one, actually that's going to fit on there completely, isn't it? Like that. Let's do them all together. This has just got tiny little ones, which I absolutely love. And I do love this one as well. I really do like this one. It was only a couple of euros, I think. Should we pop that one on there? Like that. Like that. I did tape them down because I go through a few times just to make sure that they go through nicely and cut down. So I'm just going to put those on there for now, and maybe some of these. Look, that's a little, pop that on there. Now where's my tape? Oh gosh, clumsy. I'm so clumsy. Let's put this down. I'm just going to tape that on there just so it doesn't move. That's why I had tape on the other one. Like that. Let's do it one at a time. Okay, so I am feeling a little bit better. That's why I'm doing the video today. I do have a bit of a croaky throat, but I have been resting. And we had a lovely, lovely, lovely lunch out yesterday. The weather is just beautiful at the moment. So we went and had a really nice lunch at our favourite restaurant. So that was really nice. So yes, I have been taking it easy and being quite lazy, which is quite nice. So let's just, is that going to move? I think that should be okay. Let's see, let's put the top one on. So whatever die cutting machine you've got, just use that. Like that. Or you can hand cut them out. I'm just going to go through. You can hear it cracking. Let's just go through this. It's my workout for the day. Crack like that, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go through a couple of times just to make sure it sort of goes over it and makes, you know, cuts them out properly. You can hear it cracking. I do have a Gemini one as well, but I don't really use that as much. I've got a few things. I did get this Vevor, they actually sent it to me to test it out a long while ago now, a year or two it must have been now, but I really do like it. It's a pretty sturdy machine. Okay, look, there's my little flower. See, look how lovely they cut out. Then you got that, so if you do sort of like mixed media or something, you've got a little pattern to use. Right, where's my little pot? I'm going to take this and then I'm going to just pop them out like that from the back. So you could make lots of these and just have them in your stash. You could just do your little fabric bits and then have them in your stash, and they're just really nice to use flat on your page. Adds a little bit of a decoration on there. I think they're really, really lovely. I wanted to do, the reason I brought these actually, the dies, is because I wanted to make some velvet flowers, but it didn't cut through. They were a bit too thin. So that didn't really work very well. So that looks really nice. There's a little flower there. But these are fab. I absolutely love them. Pop them out. And again, if you've got a scan and cut, you could probably cut them out on that as well, which I should really try, shouldn't I? Because I could probably get some bigger ones, some bigger flowers, which will probably work well. I'm going to keep these. I'm going to keep those. And let's take this one off. See, that one's come off completely. Do you guys like using your die cutting machine? Do you have one? And which is your favourite one? Do you have a favourite? Do you actually get your die cutting machine out and use it? Because I know lots of us don't. They sit on the shelf sometimes and sort of gather dust, don't they? So I'm trying to use this one a little bit more. Let's take these out. There we go, pop that one down. Then I've got these little ones. Just poke through. I like the tiny, tiny ones of these. The little diddly diddly ones. I think they're lovely. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Super simple. So if you've got a nice little bit of fabric, it's really nice to do. I think I would probably like to use some plain fabric, or where I was dyeing some of my what's it called? My ribbon. Obviously you can't use ribbon unless you've got quite a thick ribbon. I might dye some fabric that colour to go into my journal. Right, I'm going to pop these away. Let's pop them in here. Out of the way, so I don't lose them. And then I've just got my little mat down here. Pop those to the side. Okay, guys. Oh no, I wanted to do these. Oh, forgot. Let's give this a go quickly. Let me just quickly bring this out. I won't use that piece. Shall we use this one? Use the little green one. Now this is quite nice. That looks like it should be a bow, doesn't it? Let's put these on. 2 of these. These are little bowy bits at the back. I don't know why I've got 3. But we will put them on anyway. Like this. Let's just put them in. Like that. Where's my bit? Would help if I did it properly. There we go. Put that on. And let's just pop that through. And back again. There we go. That should work. Sometimes if you don't tape them down, which I didn't then, they move and then they will sort of like double cut. So let's just hope. Oh look, these have, oh look, that's popped out lovely. Okay. Let's take those off. There we go. I'm going to put those back in my little bag. Properly. Pick them up properly, pop those in there. Okay, let's get on to making something. See, this is really nice. I'm liking it now. It's on just on the fabric and not on the lace. Let me put these on. Okay, look at these. So I presume that just goes on there. Oh, I like these. Like that. I suppose I will glue that down. Do we take the biggest one? That will go on there and that just wraps round, doesn't it? Like that. So we've got a little bow. Oh, I like that. Little fabric bows. We do like a bow, don't we? Okay. I must be missing one. Unless I put 2 underneath that one, or 2 under this one. Must be missing a bow somewhere. Do you know what? I'm going to see if I can just ink a little bit. See, these would be nice on, like I said, on some plain fabric. So really today, guys, is just a bit of a play to see how this comes out. I'm going to just ink that a little bit. Like this. And then maybe we could sort of put a little flower in the middle. That would work, wouldn't it? But yeah, lots of you said, I have tried the PVA before and water long time ago. But lots of you have said that you use that and it works really, really well. So do try it out and see what you think, and if you like it, it might be worth investing in some good proper one. Do you know what I mean? Don't buy it unless you know that you're going to use it, because we're all very tempted to do that, aren't we? Buy something and then we never use it again. Okay, what shall I glue it together with? Which is the right way? And if I took, what can I take? My scissors. Do that because it's quite, you know, it's quite steady. It's still flexible. It hasn't made it rock hard. I did do a little less water, a little less glue and a bit more water, so it wasn't so thick. I think that's probably where I went wrong with the lace. I probably added a bit too much. Do you think we can use some of this tacky glue? I think we'll have to make these, shape these a little bit because I've bent them a little bit. I think the tacky glue will work quite well. A little bit on there. Pop that on. Oh, that's really pretty. Pop that in. Got a little bow. Oh, I like these. And then, although this fabric is a little bit wrapping round, it's going to be inside out, if you know what I mean. Don't know why it's so long. It doesn't need to be that long, does it? Unless you want to wrap it around something. Let's pop a little bit of glue on there. Pop that over. I'm going to just snip that little bit off because we don't need that. Now I've made that like a little pancake, a little flat as a pancake now. I've got a pencil. Oh look, I've just pulled it out. So clumsy. Okay, wait till it's dry. Push that in. Push that a little bit in. Look, it's a bit wobbly. Okay guys, I haven't done a very good job on that, but that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Look at that little bow. Should we quickly make this one? I wasn't using that, was I? Let's just make this little one. Little fabric bow. Maybe I should really use a little bit of 3-in-1. Put those together. On there. Okay. Can I use both? Is that too small? They're a bit too small, isn't it? But what I could do, I'm going to just snip these off so I don't waste them. Put them a little bit further down like that. A little bit of glue on there. And this one can, oopsie daisy. It's a little bit fiddly. These are quite small. Just pop that on there. Just a little bit further out and then pop our little bow on there like that. Gosh, it's noisy outside today. I've got the window open because it's very warm in here today. Nice bit of fresh air, but you will get lots of noise. There we go. And then this one will wrap round. I need to wait for that glue to dry really. There we go. Let's squash that. Oh, but they have come out lovely. They have come out lovely. A little bit of glue. Let's just pop that down and trim that bit off. There we go. Push that in. Okay, so there we go. 2 little bows. And we've got this little one here. They're lovely, aren't they? I'll make a little flower. We've got some I've got some tiny little ones in there. Okay. Now I'm going to tip some of these out because look at that. This is the plain ones that I did in the sort of browny colours. We've got pink ones, we've got all sorts. But you know, I like these little tiny ones. These little tiny ones in here. I think they would look quite nice. I've got my little ball tool like we had before. I'm going to just push that down because I think they will actually mould quite well. I'm going to come in just a little bit like this. Is that a bit dark? Be alright. And then can you see if you just push them in, This is exactly the same as we did with the sort of like little paper ones. Well, these fabric ones are lovely. There we go. Do you remember these? You used to be able to buy these everywhere, these little ones. And now we can make them. Just a little wiggle round of them. In here. I think I would probably prefer just plainer colours than these ones. Oopsie daisy. Because I was only testing it out, so I think next time I do it, which I will colour some fabric. I might actually put colour in a little bit of the ink in with the softener, not the softener, the strengthener. I'm trying to think of too many things in my head at once. Do you think that would work? I would have thought so, wouldn't you? I want to get some of these little ones. There we go. Little tiny ones. Look, there's a tiny, tiny one there. That's gone right in the middle of that one, which looks really nice. Now, what I can do, I do have some brads here. I've got some with the little blingy bits that we used the other day, but I've got these ones as well. Just some little plain ones. I'm going to take a pair of pliers. I think it's going to be easier to hold. I'm going to just, I'm not sure whether those the actual hole is big enough. Can you see that's got a tiny, tiny little hole in there? Just push it on there just to see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Because I think if you put these patterns on top of each other, you're really not going to see them. So you need sort of like a couple of plain ones. There we go, that's got a bigger hole in there now. Let's see if I can just pop that on. Maybe, oh, where's that flick? I think this one's a bit bigger. Just layer them up like that. Oops. There we go. Push that down. Then we go, little flowers. Can't really see that little green one because I think the head of the brad is just as big as the little flower. Squash that down. There we go, look at that. Just a little simple little flower. Really, really lovely. So what I liked is just the fact that it worked, actually, which I'm quite happy about. Should we pop a little pink one inside there? Let's just do that. I think I need to make that hole a little bit bigger. Again, you can just glue them like we did with the other flowers, with the paper ones. But I like these like that. And then again, you could pop a little pearl in there. We could have, that's what I mean, I've got these little pearly topped ones in here. So what's this one? If I can get in there. I've got a little white pearl in there. Pop that in there. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that nice? I think these are really, really lovely. I don't think I'll open that out though. I'm going to put that down like that. I think I'm just going to sort of, I was just having a play. That's what I was doing. There was something else I wanted to show you, but I completely forgotten what it was now. Completely forgotten what it was. But look at these. These can go onto your journal pages. So you don't have to put them all together. They can just go and you can make like a little pattern around your page. Take your little things, you don't have to be the same colours, and then you could just put around the edge of a page. Maybe I will do that. I think I'm going to do that. Right, let me just go out a little bit. I'm going to get my journal. Just going to get my journal. Let's put these to the side. Pop this down. Let's open this up. Let's just find a page. Now we can go. Oh my gosh, it's so noisy out there. I might go down the side of this one actually. Do you know what I mean? So these can just go on. How lovely would these be? Just a few little flowers. We need some smaller ones. And then in between there you can pop a little gem of some sort. Oh, I like that. I think that looks really nice. I'm going to just glue them down. Not sure about the pink because you can't really see the pink. But I am going to glue these down because I do like that. And again, the glue won't come through, hopefully, because let's see, it pops around. Oh, it does come through. I thought it wouldn't come through, but it does. I thought that would be quite glue proof. Is that a word? Glue proof? Let's pop that down. Get these little ones. Oh, I like this. I don't really want the pink. These on. Gosh, I've got so many of them. One over this side. There we are. Put one on here. I can fill them in then with some little ones. Which one? I don't really want the pink. Let's put that on there. Let's get another green one in there. There we go. Just hang them over the edge of the page. Do you know what I mean? So it just peeks over. You could probably do actually both sides of the page. Blob there. Look, you could even put these on. I think you'd probably obviously get flattened, but look at that. I really like those. Definitely going to be making some more of those. So I would probably, definitely actually choose different colours to this. I would go for my pinks and purples because that's the colours I use. But to practice, I just wanted to just see if it would work, and it does. I love it. I like these little spotty ones. Little spotties are lovely. Right, we need I need a bit of colour. Guys, I need a bit of colour in here. Don't we? Oh, that's a nice one. That's the one. I'm going to just pop some little blobs of glue around, and I'm going to put the little ones on top of those. Go in. Gosh, guys, I do apologise if you can hear the outside today. It's kind of noisy. Where's my little pen? And then I'm going to take some of these, if it will pick it up. Look, just pop these on. Like that. It's a little pink one. Let's put a little pink one in there. Oops. These little ones. I'll tell you what else you could do. You could do it so you've got like a little box, and then you could sort of journal in the middle of it, which would be nice as well, wouldn't it? Lots, and little picture frames. Going around little frames is nice as well. Let's pop a little pink one on there. Oops. One there, or another little tiny one. Little diddy one hiding. There's a little purple one. Let's just pop you in there. Oh, one more at the bottom. There we go. Little green one. Oh, I do like that. I'm going to lift that up so you can have a look. Isn't that nice? Are we very bright in here again today? Don't know what's going on with my camera because it's like seriously bright. Now, we used this in the Friday Freebies video, and I'm going to just try and see if I can pop a little blob, squeeze from the end. Oopsie daisy. Let me just wipe that on a piece of paper. There we go. Don't just squeeze out too much. I'm going to put a little blob of this in the flowers. Like that. I don't think you're stuck down, are you, very well? Oh, I like these. Tiny, tiny one. And they've stuck down quite well actually with just a little bit of the tacky glue. Can you see that? Oh, I like those. That's a better view, isn't it? Oh, I like that down the side of a page. That's really lovely. Love them. I do love them. That's fabulous. I'm going to pop that up there. Like that. Bring this down. Now, I'm just going to keep these in my stash because I love them, but I'm going to just test quickly. This is more of a, not majorly a shabby chic video, but I would like to, I suppose flowers are, aren't they? I'm going to have a little test to see if I can put some colour in with that fabric softener. I don't know why I keep calling it fabric softener, with the stiffener. Let's just put those in there like that to see, and then you guys will know if you can. I suppose you could probably do that with your PVA glue as well. Put it in, but I'm just going to test. Oh my gosh, flowers, flowers, flowers everywhere. There we go, let's pop those into there. Pop that to the side. I'm going to get my little bowl. Okay guys, so I've got my pot. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe out. This is the one that I was using yesterday. I'm going to add a little bit of water in here. I'm going to add my ink. So let's add a few drops of the pink. So the same way as I did my seam binding. A few drops of the purple and a little bit of the brown. Just to give that nice shabby colour. Okay, now what I do want to do is add a little bit of this. Mix that up. Do you think that's enough? There we go. Mix that all together. I probably should have wet this really. Just wet that just a little bit. Pop that in. I think it's gone a bit more of a duller colour because it's got the stiffener in it. But I think that will work. Do you think that will work? We shall see. I will go and dry this in the garden and I will let you know. But it does, you can colour, hopefully, and that will go, so you don't have to do it separately. I was just worried if you did it separately, that when you added the colour, when you added the stiffener, it might sort of like wash out the colour. But if you do it all together, then you know it's not going to go anywhere. Let's just pop that in there. Okay, that's a good thing. So you could probably, like I said, you could probably do that with your PVA glue and water. Mix that all together, and whatever colour you wanted it to be. Actually, I really would like that a little bit pinker. And then it would all be done all in one go. Let's just squidge that out. Do you know, I shouldn't be doing this with all my stuff all around me, should I? Because I do make a mess, but this is why I got quite a deep bowl, a nice deep bowl, and then I don't mix, so you know, it won't, hopefully won't flick everywhere. Okay, there we go, that's looking better. Right, I will show you next time what this comes out like, but I do like that. And then I can make some little flowers with that. Oh, stiff flowers. And then I will cut that out. Okay guys, so that works. That's a good one. I'm going to take my gloves off. Loving these. Because I would like the flowers to be a little bit more shabby. Oh, let me just take that off like that. These ones, I'd like them to be a little bit more shabbier than that. Shabbier colours. Let's clean my mess, because I'm messy. I'm going to put these away so I don't drop them. And there we go. Nice, clean and tidy, so that didn't take long, did it? Just a little bit wet, but fabulous. Okay guys, so that's it for today. I just wanted to show you that if you have a pile of these and don't know what to do with them, soak them in PVA or fabric stiffener and make some little flowers. Fabulous. Look at that. I just think they are so lovely, and to go on the edge of the page, I think that looks really, really good. And that the gold doesn't take long. See, that's nearly dry already. I think they look so good. So good. And this, I want to make something out of that because I like that. I think that's really, really lovely. Fabulous. And some little bows. I'm going to do something with that little bunny as well. He's really cute. So there we go, guys. Nice little experiment on there that works. Loving it. So get your little die cut machine out. Get yourself some fabric. Get something to stiffen your fabric, and then you can have a lovely little play. So whatever die cuts you got, you can make something with them. You could probably cut everything out the same as you would paper, because I got all of these. I just looked at that and I've just seen that. Look, it's like a little jar. So that would be really nice, wouldn't it? You could have it, you could probably cut that out of some acetate and then put some little flowers in a jar. Wouldn't that look nice? Oh, like that. Lots of ideas. Fabulous. So yes, I am enjoying doing some die cutting at the moment, so I think it's really good. But I like to do sort of like lots of flowers. I know I like flowers. I do lots of flowers, but I do love them. And I think they work well with any journal. You can pop a flower into it, I think, to make it look pretty. We like pretty things. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day, and a lovely weekend. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.